whenever I've actually talked to you over the past few years, we talk about agile and agile practices and mindset, and you always make sure to bring it back to agility. So I want people to hear about your take on like agility over just agile.
Yeah. So many of us have seen the Ahmed Sidki's funnel from mindset to practices. And
Mm-hmm.
it starts with a mindset, and it's really about that mindset. And then you have the values, the principles, and the practices. And so
Mm-hmm.
often we get really focused on the practices. Like when clients are, when transformations are happening, companies start to implement agile and put practices in place. And amazingly enough, they don't get any of the results that they want, because it's not about the practices. There aren't any particular practices that really weigh the success or failure of projects, or that. It's really more about the mindset pieces. It's really about flexing things, even in the abundance of Scrum that we have. I think why Scrum is out there so much is there's some really common constraints that we have in IT development, and Scrum fixes a bunch of those, but not all of
Mm-hmm.
those. So when
Right.
you apply Scrum to a problem that doesn't have the constraints that
Mm-hmm.
that Scrum solves, you don't get any better of a result than you had before. And you're doing all sorts of weird practices seemingly
Yeah.
for no reason. So it really is about looking at what's going on and fitting the situation. And there's a whole bunch of amazing practices you can pull from and use. So it's not about, when I say agility, not agile, it's not about discounting the practices, because there's some good ones there. It's about taking on, looking at the situation that you're in, and finding the right practices and things to do and ways of being that fit the environment that you have going on. And that's not
Yeah.
an excuse to not change, because many people try to use it for that. It's like, oh, but
Mm-hmm.
it's working just fine the way it is. And usually it's not. And usually
Yeah.
people know that when they really think about it. But
Yeah.
it is about shifting.
Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. We'll be sure to come back with more exciting videos on Agile topics.